welcome to another episode of my Kedah holiday. And today we are going to start off in the breakfast room. And you didn't actually know this, but there's a funny story. On the paper they said we had to pay a little bit more for the breakfast, but it actually came with the room. So okay, my dad's friend is going to bring us out later, so we'll just have a little bit of food. So I'll show you guys what they have. First you got your bread, and then the toasters, you can toast your bread, and then some spreads. Then here we got some fried rice and some kway teow, so looks pretty good. Then here we got some sausage and beans. Then here we got some mee hoon and some mixed vegetables. Then here we got a lot of curry, some potato and chicken and vegetables in there. Then we got nasi dagang, which was the thing we ate yesterday. Then here we got some melon juice and some over here we got coffee and tea. Finally, moving on to the desserts table, we got pudding and jelly. And some golok pisang. Alright guys, so right now we've just got out the hotel. And now we are going to see my dad's friends, so we can have a nice breakfast. Let's go. Alright, so right in front of us is the clock tower, and it's quite a famous landmark of this town. So if you're here, you should definitely see it. This is the food court that we're going to be eating for breakfast today. Let's go look around. Alright, so right now we've just reached the food court, and wow, this shop isn't even open, and there's like a ton of people already waiting in line. Look here guys, look at this long line in the food court. There's so many people, and they're all lined up for this funny new store that's not even open yet. As you can clearly see, this food court has a lot of different types of foods, from Chinese to Western food. Since there's so much different types of food, I'll just show you guys what we've actually ordered. Alright, so the first rice is the popiah, as you can see. It's basically like a bowl filled with vegetables and meat, and yeah, it's topped with some chili. Alright, so this here is the siong mai that we've ordered, and it's basically a type of dim sum that you can order. And I'm pretty sure it's meat, caviar, surrounded by some skin or something. Alrighty guys, so here we got some kondo pan mee, and basically it's a dry noodle with some minced pork, egg, mushrooms and all, and fried onions and all that cool stuff. And then we've got some pepper noodles with some meatball and some vegetable. Alright, so here we got some kacang kueh, and basically it's like a crispy pancake filled with peanuts. So it looks pretty good. Alright guys, so the very famous curry mee is here. So it took a long time to actually get this order. Like it took like 20 minutes for it to actually order, and then once we actually reached the line, once we reached the end of the line, it was like 10 minutes of waiting about. So yeah, it was pretty good. Alrighty guys, so we're done for our breakfast. So now let's go to our next so we are here, Museum Archaeology Lembah Bujang, Kedah, Malaysia. So you didn't know, Lembah Bujang is basically one of the first civilizations in Malaysia. And yeah, this is the museum, so let's go check it out. Actually, but however, Lembah Bujang is not actually here. It's been scattered everywhere, and this is just the museum. You might check out the archaeological sites later, but yeah, let's go inside. Alright, so over here is some perahu saga. It's basically a traditional boat of the Kedah Malays made from hollowed out logs, and it's made of different types of wood. And they've been using it until the 20th century when land travel took over and became the main road. So yeah, they actually got a few pieces of information boards here, but yeah, it looks really old. And you can actually, there's a very strong smell too, like a smell of wood. Alright, so this is the museum. So over here, this plaque says Selamat Datang, and it shows the visiting hours and many other things. And let's go inside and check out what they have. Yes, when you come inside into the first room or the lobby, you can see all sorts of maps and things marked out where the Candi Lembah Bujang looks like. You can see it's by the ocean and by a lot of rivers. And Gunung Jerai is there, and then next to there is just a lot of rivers, small ones. You can see a lot of islands around it too, which is really nice. Archaeology Lembah Bujang, or the Bujang Valley Archaeological Museum. So you see, there's a lot of pictures and things here of them opening up the museum, and it's very nice. So this wall over here is about the archaeological research in Bujang Valley. As you can see, there's a lot of old maps and stuff, and there's even an illustration of what the trading looks like back then. And they were actually using a barter system. Basically, it's like trading. Like, I give you this one thing if you give me that thing. Something like that. So there are more maps, and then over here we got some beads, pictures of beads. And then we have a picture of a sort of a panel on the temple or a building wall. Then we have the early historic setting routes. And if you look closely, it's connected to Kedah, one of them. Oh yeah, so over here there's a lot of pieces and materials that were used to make this Candi Bukit Batu Pahat, which now looks like this. Nothing more than a plate, base plate on the ground. And if it were actually like still complete, it would look like that. And as you can see, there's a lot of other things like pillar bases and stones made out of granite. And then over here in the middle of the room, there's some stone pillar bases. And then at the end over here, it's kind of special. This one is a Batu Kepala Tangga, which is basically the end of a banister. So as you can see, this rock here is supposed to be this. And it's very intricate carvings and things. It's very smooth too. Alright, so this is a lintel sandstone. And basically these little sandstones are usually Hindu motifs of lotuses and step pyramids symbolizing holy Mount Meru. Decorate the sandstone lintel fragment from India. These motifs imported during the Chola period. So you know these are very old because yeah, the Chola period was pretty long ago. This wall here is about the activities of archaeology. As you can see, there's many different types of steps that you need to take just to like get one little stone out. But you need to plan where you want to excavate, then you have to do the extra excavating, then you sort them out, and then you have to research them, figure out what they're for, and then take measurements and stuff, then sort them out again and put them in museums or archives. It's a really long task. This glass case is filled with inscribed stone. So these stones have like pictures or like words on them in different types of languages. So they got some in the Palava language, and they usually got the Buddhist teachings on them. Like these stones here are representing the law of karma, and yeah, they're little tiny stones. So I think it could be big ones too. Alright, so this one is an interesting one. This is Site 1 Candi Bukit Choras. And over here as you can see, there's a lot of pictures, and there's one plate that's saying all sorts of things about it. Like they found like 2 ponds, like you can see lotus ponds, but they're all dried up and things lah. You can still see their bottoms. And there isn't a lot lah, but they actually excavated a lot of it, and once they dug it, it looks kind of like that. There's some steps and things. And yeah, the artifacts found here is a stone inscribed with the Buddhist credo. It's written in Sanskrit using the Pallava script. Other artifacts include ceramic fragments and iron. And the data obtained suggests that the Candi was built during the 5th century at dawn. So there's actually a lot of these sites that were marked down and put in the museum. So they got things like pillars and stones, some beads and gold coins, vases that are still intact surprisingly, and a lot of like models of what the Candi looks like now. Okay, so these are little special parts of temples, and these temples have like a drainage system, which I wouldn't call it drains because they're used to channel holy water for ceremonies and things, which is really cool if you think about it, because this kind of technology is kind of modern in those times. So here in this glass case, there's a ton of statues, and most of them were found on the temples, and some of them are either made of andesite, granite, or bronze for that matter. So most of them have to do with the Hinduism gods and Buddhist gods, like Buddha and the Ganesha here too, as you can see. Okay, so this is Site 9, Candi Gunung Jerai. So people thought that there was a Candi on the peak of Gunung Jerai, which was a navigational site for trade ships and boats and things like that lah. So basically, if you're in the ocean and you're trying to find a way to Kedah, a very nice trading spot, and you just look for that tall mountain in the distance, and that's probably Gunung Jerai. So you can use it, or you could just go up and then see which way you might want to go. They didn't find a lot of things here. They just found a few ring-shaped pillars which may have been used to support the building. So yeah, not much remains of this site. Alright, so once you're actually done with the museum, you can go out to the archaeological sites, which is at the back of the museum actually. And you can see properly at the back there's also some more exhibits and stuff. So you can see some more of these stone columns and building parts. Nice up here. So if you actually do walk up all the way up here, you're greeted by this huge Candi here, and apparently this is called the Candi Bukit Batu Pahat, or the site on Site 8 after being rebuilt in Bukit Batu Pahat in Merbok, Kedah. This temple was the master temple in Bujang Valley, Kedah. So this must be the main temple of this entire place, and we're looking at it right now. History, my boys. So once you actually walk up here, you are literally greeted by the most obvious signboard in the world. You're forbidden to perform religious activities in the vicinity of the Candi, duh. You're prohibited to take any artifacts around the Candi, duh. And do not step on the Candi. Well, yeah, it might be old, so it might collapse, so duh. Thank you and have a pleasant day. Well, duh, I'm having a good day. Okay, so under this little shed here is Bangkalan Bujang Temple. And it originated from Kampung Bangkalan Bujang east of the Bujang River bank. It was rebuilt and moved up here, surprisingly. And yeah, inside they found a lot of things like a Buddha terracotta statue with an elephant, bodhisattva, a bronze statue, scorpion head, gold rings, earrings, Pallava writings, iron nails and glass beads. And the iron nails suggest that this superstructure was originally made out of wood. Okay, so this is Bandang Dalam Temple, originally found in Kampung Bedang Dalam, west of the Bujang River. This temple was found in the 1960s. And the main structure of this Hindu monument are the Vinmana and Mandapa. And its measurements are around 6 meters long. And yeah, it was built without any foundations, which is surprisingly amazing if you think about it, because usually it wouldn't have the support to hold up, but yeah, it's still here, I guess. I mean, the brick part is, I mean, there's probably some wood and other material parts up top, but that's gone because time did things to it. And amongst the artifacts found during excavation are China stoneware, pillar bases, Sama Sutra, linga, yoni, and beads made of glass. It's proven and can be concluded that this Candi was built between 12th at dawn to 13th at dawn. So after being rebuilt in Bukit Batu Pahat in Merbok, Kedah, the structure has been moved up here, and it consists of 3 main buildings. First, this one, then back here, this Candi, the biggest one, and then a smaller one back there too. Alright guys, so this thing here is called the Pendiat Temple. And it's a Hindu-influenced temple with the Vinama and Mandapa as its main bottom structure. And however, they're both separated from each other. The structure is made out of laterites built on foundation of river pebbles, where else the structure above consists of wooden columns and a tiled roof. Inside they found things like china, stoneware, and a standing Buddha statue made of bronze, which is cool, yeah. Alright guys, so once you reach the bottom, if you go a separate direction, you might see this little area here. And there's basically a lot of panels talking about the water collectors, columns, grinders for making rice into flour, statue bases, and of course banister ends. So there's another one down here, and it's full of stone columns and pillar bases and granite blocks. Some of these ones have very interesting shapes. There's some that are circle-ish, blockish, and even triangular columns. I mean, I've never seen the triangular column before. Have you? So yeah, next to the car park, I found these people. I think they're filming a commercial for some shampoo or soap. What a lucky day. I've never seen one before. Alright guys, so right now we're leaving the archaeological and museum place. So yeah, it was a great visit to the museum and archaeological site. A lot of things to see. A lot of them have been moved here, so you can still see without having to go further out. So most of them are just like put into this one area here, so that's kind of nice. Not much strain on your legs. Very nice. Alright, so we've stopped at this little area here so we can look at the ocean. If you saw the little map of the island just now, you can actually see 4 little islands along the beach. So along the way you might see 4 islands, but now in this view we can't actually see much, so yeah, that's sad. That's a man. He's fishing for fish, and we're all the way up here. So right now we're in Gurun, and this is Kedah Kopi New Light, and they are famous for this one stall that sells sotong kangkong, which is a vegetable, and sotong, which is squid. So yeah, we're gonna try that out. So there's a lot of shops here. Some of them sell different types of food, like this one over here sells noodles. That shops over there sells the sotong and kangkong one we were talking about. So these ones sell the laksa and mee. Alright, so we got this drink, it's called Dinosaur Milo, and it's basically some cocoa powder and some Milo. And look what we have here. Alright, so this is a set of kangkong. As you can see, there's some sotong and there's some peanuts everywhere. And at the bottom you can see a few greens, that's the kangkong. So I'm gonna enjoy this, so I'll see you guys later. Alright guys, so this here is a char siu sio, and yeah, basically it's pork, but made in 2 different ways with some rice. So yeah. Alright guys, so we are at Gunung Jerai Park. Look at the signboard, Gunung Jerai, and yeah, we're gonna go up top. Let's go. Alright guys, we're gonna drive up. Let's go along this little narrow path.
Okay, where are we going?
We're going up to Gunung Jerai.
Oh, Gunung Jerai.
Yeah, we're up to Gunung Jerai. Jerai. over here, you can actually go down into the forest, the Hutan Lipor, or you can go up to this museum. However, this museum for Hutanan is closed on the Fridays and weekends. And today is Sunday, which is sad. And then there's the hotel. People say it's nice and clean, but the only problem is no aircon. Alrighty guys, so we're almost at the summit of Gunung Jerai. However, we can't drive up further. We have to walk up if we actually want to see the top.
Okay. Rise up.
What's that, Mommy?
Flower, very nice.
Wow, yeah, the flowers. Alright guys, so we're at the second guardhouse and let's go to Selamat Datang. So yeah guys, we're up here now and we're at the resort. Look at all the little chalets you can rent out. Looks very clean, huh? Well, this is not what we came here for. We came here to see the view. Let's go look at the view. Alright guys, if you look up there, that's a mosque. It's for the visitors of the hotel and the resort. So yeah, pretty cool. Then down there, as you can see, is the chalets and hotel rooms. And if you look very closely down there, you can see the island. It's partly covered by clouds because yeah, we're high up and we're above the clouds, and yeah, pretty cool. If you actually do rent it out, I bet you it's gonna have the nicest view in the whole wide world.
Nice.
Oh wow guys, look down there, you can see the beach. Down there, look, you can see the line. It's like one big line. Oh wow guys, look at that view over there. You can see the paddy fields and all the houses. Wait, what the heck? What, that just happened? As I was saying, look down there. There's the beach and the coastline along with all the paddy fields and houses. And it's really nice, you know, it's like very flat. Very big and flat. So the hotel and resort is actually pretty big. There's a lot of cafes. Up there is the restaurant. And all the rooms are down there. And everything looks so fancy and clean. There's even a store here that's selling ice kacang. There are a few fun things you can do up here. One of them is the flying fox. It's looks pretty fun. Looks like they're gonna launch another person. There's a few things you can see here too. You can see the view. And then here's a mark that says Paras Ketinggian 986 meters from the water level, the sea level. And then up here is a plaque saying, talking about Gunung Jerai. It's talking about an isolated body of rock with a summit of 1217 meters above sea level. It's an unusual peak that sits in solitude close to the coast, suggesting that this was once an island a long time ago, named Pulau Serai. Its proximity to the coast has made it landmark for sailors and traders from distant lands who use it as a beacon for landfall during 5th to 14th century to sail into the river mouth of Sungai Merbok to Lembah Bujang. And very beautiful, huh? You see the ocean right down there. From up here you can see literally almost all the paddy fields in Kedah. You don't even need to count them. You can just see them all. I mean, not literally, but on expression. If you look down there, you can see an island. And if you look down there even further, you can see that it's connected by a bridge. And originally, there was supposed to be a power plant built on that island. However, it changed government, and then the next government actually rejected the idea of a power plant on the island. So they discontinued the project, and that island and that bridge has been there ever since. Walking even further, you can see the more premium hotel rooms. Like this one is called the Royal Villa. Wow. Look up there. That's the actual summit. I don't think you can get there though. I've noticed something while walking around this resort. There's a lot of nice little flowers. They look like little pom-poms with like little flowers in it. And there's usually blue, purple, or yellow. It's kind of funny. walk further, you can see the main area, the little hub. You can see a lot of chalets surrounded around this little park. Let's go and look at the park. Alright guys, so if you walk down all the way from like there, that little pontok area, and then walk all the way down, you'll be greeted by a little playground with teeter-totters, swings, and slides. If you go further down, you can see a pool with a nice slide and everything. So they have literally a lot of things up here. They got games room, they got a recreational hall, they got playground, they got a pool, they got fancy hotel rooms, they got a lot of things. You can see there's a nice playground. And then if you look down here, you can see the pool. Very nice. They got two. That smell of chlorine though, very strong. Alright, so that's about everything at the top, or at least at the resort. So yeah, since we've seen everything, we're going down now. So I'll see you guys later at the bottom. Alright guys, so we have reached the bottom of Gunung Jerai, and yeah, what should we do now? Let's go eat food! So welcome to Sungai Pati Y Sekai, and basically a whole street full of food stalls that you can order from. Let's go see what they have. Look at all the different types of food, and look at all the people. They got kway teow, they got fried chicken, they got laksa, and they got almost everything that you could possibly ever want to eat here in Sungai Petani. If you walk to the end of the street, you can see the sign saying Jalan Dewa, and which is the name of the street. And then alongside, there's a nice little artwork of many wires that make up a little clock tower, the Sungai Petani clock tower, and which is the one we saw this morning on the way out. Okay guys, so this is Lao Cave Asam Laksa. And you know it's good because there's the whole truck symbol. If you don't know what whole truck is, it's basically a popular TV show here in Malaysia where they show off different types of food. And I think the whole truck has actually reviewed the stall before. I mean, they got the sticker and the symbol on the board and the stall. So it must be good if they have actually reviewed it. Okay, so we got a few items here that we called it. First we got ice kacang, and here we got some sugarcane water or juice, and here we got some fried bread, as you can see. Oh yeah. Alright, so this here is the asam laksa that my dad ordered from the store this morning, and it looks pretty good. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Hey Dad, you have a bite out. Hey Dad, try it. Try it. Oh wow. La la. Nice. Oh yeah, so now we have some fried chicken. So see, very nicely prepared. It smells amazing. Alright, so this here is ABC Apeng Ice Blended, and it's basically a very popular dessert shop. Let's go see what type of dessert they have. I know it's good because it once again features the whole truck symbol, which means that famous TV crew has came here. Therefore, it must mean it's really good. Alright, so here there's some peanut ice blended, and so of course this is it's like a drink. This was the peanut that's been blended inside, so it kind of tastes like peanut.
Ice blended peanut, right?
Yeah. Alright, so this here is red bean ice blended. So it's basically like the peanut ice blended, except this one has been red bean that has been blended in. Alright, so this is the coconut ice blended, and it's basically like the peanut butter ice blended, and that has coconut blended inside. am back in the hotel. I am full. I am no longer hungry. I'm filled to the brim. I can't eat anymore. So therefore, we're having a siesta at the hotel. So yeah, see you guys later at dinner time. Alright guys, so we've gone out of our hotel room because we are hungry and want to eat dinner. Let's go! So right now we are in Old Street Village Coffee, and yeah, this is another place that we decided to eat. Did you even notice? Over on the left, you can see the ikan bakar stall that we actually ordered from yesterday, which only means one thing: we are right next to the restaurant that we ate at yesterday. And if you guessed that, you're right, because we are. So let's go look at what this restaurant has. There's a lot of normal things like makan mie, kway teow goreng, and nasi goreng, and yeah, just some noodles and other stuff. But there's also one stall that stands out, which is the ikan bakar stall. Yup, that's right. If you're a patron of both restaurants, you can still order from this guy. He's more or less the person who's sitting on the fence. So yeah, if you're eating in that restaurant, that means you can still order from it. If you're eating in the restaurant that I'm currently eating at, you can also order from the ikan bakar stall. Very cool. Okay, so since we had our third lunch at 5 o'clock, I don't think we can eat anymore. So let's do something like a nasi lemak packet. That should be good enough for dinner, right? Because it doesn't really matter because there's not much food to eat here. Although as much as we want to, we're just way too full. And yeah, we're just waiting for my dad's friends to arrive. Because some of them are even coming from Johor Bahru, which is the other end of the country, which is pretty surprising. Oh yeah, so we got the nasi lemak packet open. So now, look at the nasi lemak. Oh yeah. Ooh, some nice lot of rice and some sambal. Well, might as well try this since it's the only thing I'm eating tonight. And you're still very full. The sambal is really nice. I'm not gonna lie, this nasi lemak is pretty good. What do you have there, Mummy?
For me, it's salty pork.
Oh wow. So it does have the meat, it has the salty pork, it has some egg,
Then salty pork.
Ooh, wow. Nice. Yeah. We have ordered another soup. This one is a plate of wings, some chicken, roasted chicken wings. It's delicious, let's eat them. Noodle. Alright, so this is yin yang noodles. And it appears to be just noodles with some shrimp and some fried items. And a little bit of chicken and vegetables as well. It's delicious. Alright, so right now we are back in the hotel and I am tired, dirty and smelly. So I'm gonna take a bath and then I'm gonna go sleep because it's like 12 o'clock now. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next episode of my Kedah and Terengganu trip. Bye bye.